welcome to the Wealthy Lala Show with myself, Laurie Laursen. Today is episode 223. How are you guys today? We're going to do a mini reading. And the cards that jumped out of me, God, I've got so many different cards. It's funny. Sometimes the same ones want to be used. So I have used these ones before. The Secret Language of Light. Transmissions from Your Soul by Denise Jarvie. Now, I had been asked a question, and I may use the question as a Hey LaLa question, and I was curious to see what would come up with the cards in holding this question as an intention. Do you think something we think is impossible, it actually is possible? So what do you guys get? What's your thoughts on that? Do you think that something we think is impossible is actually possible? So I wonder what the cards have, because I have some ideas of my own. And let's see what they say. So I have 3 cards in front of me. The left, middle, right, as we usually do. Well, and because it's 3, that would be why. So if you guys have either towards that question, or do you have a question of your own? You guys can each ask your own question. Or just ask the universe to surprise and delight you. And as I share things, you will just know whether it is something for you or not. All right. So I'm going to start with the left-hand card. So this one is called grounding. Let's just go to that card. Let's see. I didn't even ask for myself. Do I have one that stands out for me more than the others? Maybe the middle one. Yeah, looks like kind of the middle one. Okay, so grounding. Circumstances always affect your energy. You may be feeling disconnected, scattered, or overwhelmed. You may be bumping into things or forgetting if you locked the door or turned the iron off when you left home. Stop whatever you're doing and breathe and let yourself be. Call your dispersed energy back to your heart. Any imbalanced or excess energy flow it into the earth and feel the calmness of nature in the exchange. So nature uses this energy for growth and expansion. When you recenter, you will begin to feel more aligned and relaxed and at peace. This may also be a message for you to spend more time outside. Nature lovingly resets our energy. It holds no judgment, but simply allows and accepts. And so with regards to that question, do you think something we think is impossible actually is possible? Part of me would say, well, what do you know? And if you felt it was impossible, would you ask the question? And I wonder how much nature is inviting you to go outside, maybe take your socks off, put your feet on the ground, close your eyes, allow the sun to come down on you, and ask the universe, ask the sun, ask the trees, the nature spirits, and everything to contribute to you, and ask it, universe, when we think something is impossible, is it actually possible? And then see what the universe has for you. Okay, second card, alignment. Okay, so this is number 14. This is the one that I got. What does it say? Your soul is your biggest fan. It knows the truth of you and loves you unconditionally. It is continuously streaming this information to you. To tune in, your mind, your body, and spirit must all agree in the now. Do this by meditating, focusing on your soul name, enjoying something you love, or having a nap. It is not up to your soul to zap you into alignment. Its job is to maintain your soul station, basically to hold you in how it sees you, how the universe, source, God, divine sees you. And so that you have a frequency to tune into. The nature of physical life is to create and expand. Sometimes life experiences will pull you out of alignment so you can understand these experiences from a different angle. When you are out of alignment, you will automatically ask questions and want to create something different. Through this process, you gain clarity about your passions. Being out of alignment can feel awful. It's easy to blame a person or situation when we feel bad, but instead of asking why something is happening, take a breath, return to neutral, and ask what you can create from this situation. And remember, your soul is a consistent, loving home you can return to always. And, with regards to this question again, do you think something we think is impossible actually is possible? What I would also be curious as to what in regards the question is being asked about. Like, is it being asked to, like, having the job you desire or a relationship that you desire, or is it a health condition that you'd like to change? And my thought, the first thought that came right from the very beginning when I asked this question is if you actually believe that something is impossible, it will be. Just that. All right, so card number 3, Soul Tree. All right, number 21. This one says, let's see what it says here. Okay. You are becoming more connected to nature. See, there's a theme in this one here, really about connecting with yourself and with nature. Trees are great holders of wisdom and knowledge. Next time you're near a tree, try asking it what it would like you to know. Like you to know, and listen with an open heart for an inspired response. And that's actually what I would suggest with this question. Do you think that something we think is impossible actually is possible? And then I would ask a tree. See what the tree says to you. That would be really fun to know what awareness, answer, response you would receive, and really trust yourself with it too. And the same life force that animates you also flows through trees. We are all in this together. Now imagine the trees are a physical manifestations of angels. Ooh, I like that. Their divine essence flows deep into trees as angels, as far-reaching in their ability to help, care, and create. Trees, like angels, see and feel without judgment, always emitting an eternal stream of love. Allow angelic tree energy to flow through you, sending roots deep into the ground, forming a solid foundation that enables you to reach higher and deeper into the light and soul of you. From this vantage point, you can sculpt your idea. Did I wonder if this recording actually worked now. It seemed like, yeah, my I just wonder. I am wondering actually if the recording actually recorded now. So let me just see here. I wonder. Okay, well, we're just going to keep on going here, folks, because it actually did cut out. I'm not sure if the power, it looks like it might actually rain here. And so it did. The whole Zoom program actually turned off and then turned back on again for me. But what confused me was that it turned off, closed itself, and then started back up again with a new recording. So that's what threw me off. Like, I did not expect it to do that. So I'll just kind of finish off that last thing I was reading. What it says is, from this vantage point, you can sculpt your ideas and dreams to be planted upon the earth for you to enjoy through your physical senses. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is, so the 3 cards that I got were grounding, alignment, and soul tree. And I will put the pictures in Instagram on the Wealthy Lala page. And yeah. So what I wanted to just go a little further into with regards to this question is I'm going to do my very first Hey LaLa. So you know how there was Dear Abby. I loved Dear Abby. I loved listening to it. or listening to it, reading it. You know, I actually used to even save some of them when I was a teenager. And I've heard that. I've heard that if you look back to the things you enjoyed when you were a kid, it will give you really good information as to what you really authentically truly enjoy doing. And that was actually something that I was always fascinated with, even when I was younger. So, you know, hey LaLa, if you guys have a question for LaLa, you can email thewealthylala@gmail.com and say, hey LaLa, and ask your question. And I will ask it, answer it. As the questions are light and pop to, it's not 100% guarantee I will answer them because it depends on how many I get to. And I will use follow my awareness, trust my knowing with answering them. Yeah. So, yeah. How does that sound? So, for today with the Hey LaLa, do you think something we think is impossible is actually possible? And again, like I said in the first part of the show, was that and during the mini card reading, is that if you actually believe that something is impossible, then the universe will make you right. So I would actually ask, do you actually tell yourself that it's not possible so that you can stay in the wrongness of yourself, so that you can keep yourself from believing that you could have it all? Um, Now, what I do know about the universe is it can surprise and delight us. That when we think that whatever a situation is that's impossible, we start to believe that there's a possibility, even just getting into the energy that something is possible. I wonder, what does the universe know about this subject that it could assist me with? And allow yourself to get into that energy. What's popping into my head is I remember hearing Dr. Joe Dispenza say, like, it when you go to the circus and they have that room full of mirrors. So you stand in one and then you can see all these other pictures of you, and everywhere you look, like there's more of you. Well, what if for every situation there is that many or more different possibilities? So one may look like either you're at a job or you're not at a job, or you're in a relationship or you're not in a relationship, or you're healthy, completely healthy, or you're, you know, sick or something like that. Like, what if there is so many different possibilities? What if there's so many things that could change, and it's like right now, if you decided you wanted to drive, like I live north of Edmonton, Alberta. If I decided that right now I was going to drive from here to Calgary, which is about 4.5 hours away from me, I know I'm going to get there. I don't know exactly how. I don't know exactly what the weather will be like, how fast I'll end up going, if there'll be other accidents on the highway, if there'll be any rerouting, if I'll decide to stop halfway, where I would stop. Like, I don't know the exact hows for getting there, and it might even be better to have a different example of a place I've never driven to. Say if I want to drive to Las Vegas from here, I don't know how many hours that is, 20 hours, 12 hours, 15 hours. And I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I know that I'm going to get there, and I'm going to drive, and but I'm going to keep the concept in mind of where I'm desiring to go. So what I know is that if there's something that you're asking for, and if you have an awareness of a possibility in your world, then I do believe and know that it's possible. Where we're limited with is knowing all the how it can show up, but I do get that it is possible. And I've seen over the years when I've asked for certain things. Now, where it's difficult is like when you have a general question as this, it's easier to sort of get into the mechanics of the actual question if you have more details. But with anything, you know, I love this one question. So, truth, universe, is this possibility available to me? And then do the heavy and light with it. And if you get that it's light for you, then it's possible for you. The universe will surprise and delight you if you're willing to be surprised and delighted with the possibility. And what's coming up is to really let yourself enjoy your life in the meantime, to just let yourself really, truly enjoy the journey of it. I laugh because it's one of the things that Abraham talks about on the Abraham Hicks videos is they said, you know, what we want a lot of times with the things we're asking for is likened to, okay, well, I've decided I'm going to go to Hawaii. So I'm going to go to Hawaii. I know I'm going to go to Hawaii. And then I'm going to come back home again. Well, I might as well just stay home if I'm not interested in the journey of actually going to Hawaii and then coming back home again. So there's that whole middle piece of deciding to go on a holiday, all about the journey of getting there, the experiences while you're there, the journey of getting home. And yet, actually, if you really look at the things we ask for, so often what we're asking for is, okay, I just actually want to come back home again. So then you might as well just stay home. And you're like, yeah, but I missed the whole trip. Well, exactly. You missed the whole trip. Oh my gosh, this subject is way, way bigger, way bigger. Anyways, how's it get any better? I hope you guys got something out of this. That was kind of interesting. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much. And if you got a Hey LaLa question, the Wealthy Lala